Cowboys sports talk and beyond. That's including the ice wall. Baby, the name is Law Nation.
What more do you want from me, Spartans? Prepare for glory.
Come on with it. Mama said there will be days just like this. Come on. Yep. They say ain't no party but a cowboy party, because that's all that's going on, baby. But what about this? What about a Law Nation's groove? Come on, baby. Stand tall or not at all. Cowboys see dangerous lamb. Cryptic message. All right. And of course, we're going to talk about Dak Prescott contract. Come on. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Appreciate everybody for tuning in to these type of episodes. I've been very busy today, as you guys can tell. So we got these obligations that we still going to do each and every day. We're going to still give you the content and the information that is needed. I would talk about the fact that this whole situation with CeeDee Lamb is a strange one. I get it. I know he will be ready week 1 with the expectations to play. Mike McCarthy did come out and say, yeah, it is a situation and scenario that we will have my guy available, and we will make the necessary adjustments. Sometimes in life, when the big dog come in, you make the necessary adjustments, right? When I come in through the house, there's a necessary adjustment. No one should be sitting in my seat, right? If somebody's there, they're going to make the adjustments. It doesn't matter who it is. My seat is my seat, right? My side is my side. And I think that is what ultimately is going to happen collectively, Cowboy Nation, that my side is my side. And that's where we're going at with these type of conversational pieces of CeeDee Lamb. Now, of course, the Cowboys, we do like to operate within the spirits of deadline makes deals. That's an old school way. That is a old school philosophy, because these new school kids, they don't understand that, right? They look at it like, hey, that's disrespectful, you know. And if this dude is getting $15.12, I should get $15.12, right? And they don't look at the, hey, you'll miss the meat worrying about the potatoes and all of those things. And that's just how it goes. The only thing that I will like to throw at this, ladies and gentlemen, that if you think long, you think wrong. And the message being cryptic as it is, we have some people to have their reactions on it, and we're going to talk a little bit about how they feel about it. But let's listen to this right quick. Let's listen to this.
Killer, a minute ago we were talking about how do you make a person feel like they are wanted? How do you give them that confidence that this organization believes in them? And there's a lot of people around the league that have the answer, but they're not being given that answer. And it is, give me my money. So let's talk about obviously the biggest.
Give me my money. That's what a lot of people said. Give me my money. And that's just what it is. CeeDee Lamb want his money, and I need it now. There's an argument that could be made saying that, hey, they offer him a contract. Things are warming up. They are in good conversations. They are in good relations with all of this, right? And give me 1 second right here. Give me 1 second. I got to pull this up. Boom. Here we go. So you guys can see what I see. Boom. Here we go. Boy, building planes while we fly, baby. That's what we do. All right. Boom, boom, boom. Let's listen to these guys.
Story out there because, I mean, America's team, CeeDee Lamb, which I have to mention, he's from the University of Oklahoma. I'm going to say that a lot when you guys are listening to this show. He went to the University of Oklahoma, but whatever.
What's with the Spider-Man, the black Spider-Man post that he posted? I don't get that cryptic.
Well, I'm a superhero guy,
message.
if you couldn't tell.
Right. So
for all you non-nerds, give you a quick rundown of Spider-Man. You have Spider-Man and you have Venom.
Right.
Well, Venom is a symbiote, an alien
from outer space. Let my guy Jared McCoy, we're going to let him break it down, and then I'm going to give you guys my thoughts of everything. But let's go with it.
Symbiote that got on Spider-Man, and it turned him into an evil Spider-Man. So what happened is when that symbiote hit his suit, instead of being your friendly neighborhood Spider-Man, he turned into a demon. And he became the bad guy. So when he
I didn't know Spider-Man like that. So
when he's posting that and he got that mask on, he basically let you know, hey, nice CeeDee Lamb is gone. Right. This is where we at now. So now
yesterday's price is not today.
It's not today's price.
Get it.
If you can argue, this is how I see it. I don't care what people say, because a lot of people think Justin Jefferson is, some people say, is the best receiver in football. All right. There's a lot of different metrics you can measure.
All right. Well, he's a long player in this thing, but I'm going to just say this, though. If you say that you are the best and you feel as if though you are the best, then you will want to receive the best compensation for your services. Now, there are a lot of people who say, hey, man, how can he turn down $33 million? It could be that the Cowboys got a different offer out there. It could be $33 million, 7 years. They gave Michael Gallup a 5 to a 6 year contract with portable years everywhere. And as soon as he got snapped up like a pretzel, or when he was snapped up like a pretzel and didn't live out those expectations, let me know in the chat. Is Michael Gallup still here, ladies and gentlemen? So for all of those people saying, hey, man, hey, is Michael Gallup still here, ladies and gentlemen? Did he serve his 5 seasons or 5 years under his contract? Because it's easier to say, yeah, man, just sign the money. You take the deal, right? Is a situation with Amari Cooper, because we got to understand the language within the confines of the contract. We as fans, we don't have the language of the contract. We only got the raw numbers, right? 33, 34. It can be $50 million contract. But if the guarantee's not there, then why he's out there, And granted, I would love to have those type of problems to turn down $33 million. I would love to have those type of problems. Somebody in the chat said, yeah, I put 33 down in the chat. I ain't talking about 33 in the third, but if you put 33 in the chat, I'll let that sway for this particular moment, because I already know. You know what I mean? If you have those type of situations that, hey, let me turn down because it's for the greater good. Yeah, he should take the discount. But let me know that if this is a situation that when we looked at what Amari Cooper went through, right? He wasn't even asking for the biggest of the biggest bag. He took $6.5 million less to stay here. Right? And let me know, will he ever recoup and get back that money that he's left on the table? And if he had a no trade clause on that contract, he probably would have been still here. But by him trusting, by him believing, by him saying, hey, I'm going to be a go along, get along fella. I'm going to trust the billionaires. I'm going to do my job. I'm going to lace them up. I'm going to get out here and put my life on the line for this particular game. And you want me to take a shot, a jab, or whatever it may be that really don't have a lot of research on, that we got people falling out left and right not 5 years later, but 3 or 4 years later, they falling out, and there's no just cause of, hey, this person have a heart murmur, or this person had a heart attack, or this person, you got more and more people getting killed for other things, but I'm telling you guys that it wasn't enough research. So this dude, Amari Cooper, took a stance on what he believed, what was in his heart, and say, I'm not finna go get the jab, man. I'm not finna go get the experimental thing, man, that's going on. And they say, oh, okay, all right, well, you at the games, okay? You out and about, okay? Or you don't want to do what we tell you what to do, we send you off to Siberia. Not getting political with it. That's one of the things that I definitely don't want to get down in with this particular crowd of people, because we want to keep it with sports. But you guys get what I'm saying. So they castrated him. They cut him out and they kicked him out and said, okay, so you don't think that CeeDee Lamb is seeing this type of stuff? But most people say, take the money, because you're speaking from your emotions, from your feelings. That's just crazy.
Tyreek's pretty good too.
The number one player voted by the players was Tyreek Hill. All right, but Justin Jefferson makes the most. Okay,
but CeeDee Lamb's pretty good.
Apparently, what's being reported is they offering him $33 a year, which is right under Justin Jefferson. You can argue CeeDee Lamb was the best receiver in football last year.
I agree with that.
So what he's saying
I'm on that
is,
bandwagon too.
What he's saying is, forget all that. We ain't doing that. Pay me my money.
Pay me my
33
money.
is not enough. I want to be number one paid. I want to be number one. And CD has all the leverage. You know why? Wow. Because all the reports, people that I know, people that were there at training camp will tell you, without CD, that offense is very stagnant, and they don't know what's going to happen. From what I'm hearing, when they went against the Rams and
yeah, this is what he's hearing from inside information, because he can talk to some of the people that's out there. We can see with our eyes, but we really don't know what is really called, right? And I can only sell you Tolbert, Cooks, Brooks, Flanoy. I can only sell you those things. But what's tangible is CeeDee Lamb. That's tangible things. Now, it goes all the way back to my argument. The year 2022, the team was still good without Amari Cooper. Right? But damn it, we would have been better. That's the problem that a lot of people and a lot of fans don't understand. Yeah, we were good with 12-5. We figured out ways to do X, Y, and Z things. But we would have been better with Amari Cooper. Teams would have played us different. CeeDee Lamb, of course, he stood tall in 2022. Had a slow start too that year. But we would have been better. And when you start, we get to the place, we get to playoffs, postseason, the first thing people say, well, we had Amari Cooper in 2021, we didn't win. That's 2021. You're supposed to stack your good on top of the good. Not stack your good on top of the bad and say, okay, yeah, I made it this far, but let me do it without. No. You're supposed to get better. You're supposed to better your best. Instead, every year, we allow emotions to get in the way. Break it down, bust it up. Break it down, bust it up. Though there's no consistency within the confines of the plan.
practice, when they got in the red zone, it was a bunch of nothing. And I love, no, seriously, and I'm not trying to talk noise, but I love Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks is my friend in real life.
I love
Brandon
B. Cooks.
training in the offseason.
Flamboski.
Yeah, me and Cooks training in the offseason. I love Cooks. But Cooks is a complimentary guy. And
He's a good number 2.
He's a really good number 2. Like, if you got a guy and then you don't take account for Brandon Cooks, he will light you up.
Yep.
There's no
He's
knock
going
on
over the top.
There's no knock on Brandon Cooks. You bring in Zeke. Zeke is not the Zeke of old, but I think what the Cowboys realize is for leadership purposes and short yardage, those tough yards that we need to get on those third and shorts, maybe even some fourth and shorts, we get in the red zone. Last year, they couldn't score when they got in the red zone. The year before, they could because Zeke would come in and get those tough yards. Okay, bring Zeke back in, but you didn't bring him back in to be the focal point of the offense. So where does your offense come from? The guy you're
Lamb.
not paying.
Right, and we still going to be a good offense without him. The problem is we give up too quickly. We'll still be a good offense without CeeDee Lamb. It's the same song and dance, but it won't be better. Now, this is a great example of who and how the Cowboys been operating. You know, we've been operating just like this guy in this picture. Let me see if I can zoom it in and help you guys out. Yeah. Every year we start all the way over and we forget the number one thing. We forget the number one thing. Every year we are just like this illustration. You see someone else got this done and you sitting there, you're digging, and if you stop on your task, you stop on your goal, and you throw out everything. Every single year, we have a contract dispute. We sully and denigrate our own. And then we are like a third of the fan base agreeing with the Joneses. Right now, they said, oh, man, CeeDee is the problem. He's the fault at this. When they could have taken care of this many a moons ago, ladies and gentlemen. But they're going to do the same thing over and over again, expecting different results. And this is what we come up with every single year. Every single year. This is equivalent. This is another picture that drive home. I'm putting up all of these little memes right here. I like them. You know, this paint the story really good. Really good. Keep chipping away. Keep chipping away. But we pack up all our bags. We pack up everything. Can y'all see that? Yeah. I know y'all can see that. Can y'all see that? Is that what we did? Make it look cute a little bit for y'all. Yeah. That's exactly what we did. Exactly what we did in 2022. After 2021, we were making headway. We were making leads and everything. But we turned around and said, you know what? We don't need Amari Cooper. You know what? We don't need this guy. We don't need that guy. Let's blow it up. Let's do a semi-blow up. And then we fight amongst ourselves. Fight. Dak is whack. Oh, man, the O-line for your mind is terrible. Oh, man, the defense is terrible. Oh, man, the kicker, he's terrible. The coaching is terrible. Everybody terrible at the Joneses. Ryan says, as a leader, Dak should take less so his guys can make more. He's making double or more than the other top players, and he can play longer at QB. All right? So with that being said, him taking less, and I agree. I agree with your philosophy. Let me ask you, what the hell the Cowboys are going to do with the money? They set on $90 million. And on top of that, the way that you can make Dak Prescott take less is offer him a contract in 2022. But you're waiting for leaves to fall. It would have been $10 to $15 million less then. But you don't wait to the end of life of contract to start doing your negotiations. So look, Dak Prescott took less in 2016 because he was a 4th-round draft pick. He took less in 2017, 18. What the hell the Cowboys were doing with their money? To be fair, in 2018, Michael Gallup was making more money than Dak Prescott. The books states it all. You can go back, look on Spotrac, however you want to call it. Michael Gallup was making more money than Dak Prescott. Rico Gathers was making more money than Dak Prescott. What did we do with all of that money for taking less? When you have a bad habit, you have a bad habit. When you have problems on managing your books, you have problems managing your books. If you don't have the key, look, you can't make sweet potato pie out of oranges. And that's what's been going on with the Cowboys. The only way that you can get in front of this if you pay early. The Cowboys have a philosophy where if we wait to the end of your contract or the end of life of your contract and we offer you a big old contract far as the years with the hopes that you do the same thing that Tyron Smith did. And a third of the people right now saying that Tyron Smith, he always was hurt. He don't deserve this. He don't deserve that. Like other agency and players don't have eyes. Now all of a sudden, it's a situation and scenario, believe it or not, ladies and gentlemen, that Tyron Smith talking now. He wasn't talking when he's here. Now he's talking with the Jets. It's crazy.
And I don't get why not. Okay, but then that leads to, what about the quarterback? He wants to get paid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. By the way, there's a guy you can argue is the best defensive player in football. He's going to want to get paid. But right now, your priority is to pay who our offense goes through, and it is CeeDee Lamb.
And he deserves that, especially after last year.
I just don't understand what is going on over there.
Yeah.
That's the stopgap of it all, is not having the ability to forecast and not having the ability to absolutely have the sense of urgencies. The Cowboys are stuck into that particular spot, and we don't have the ability. And I'm not beating up the Cowboys because, I try to bring positivities out here, but this is just the reality. So right now there's a great divide within the confines of the fan base. There are people who say, yeah, we fed up with Dak Prescott. We done with him, right? There are people that say, hey, we are so eager and ready to see Trey or Cooper Rush as the quarterback because we're paying too much for this particular quarterback and he can't get us over the hump, right? Then you have the people that say, hey, pay Dak $70 million. He deserved $90. You got people like that, right? And then you got people who say, hey, none of these guys deserve any of this money because we haven't did anything in 30 years. Like all of these guys been here for 30 years for some strange reason. And you read my comment section, you go brain dead because there's a lot of folks who believe such. Now, we're looking at this right here, and I want to play this this excerpt. But before I go there, Jane Slater said on July the 27th, and this is what she said on July the 27th, true story. Stephen Jones tells me they sent CeeDee Lamb a new offer that day, that was July the 26th. He tells me good convos right now with Lamb and his agent as they continue to try to come to an agreement on the extension. Now, that was July the 26th, 27th. How many days ago that was? How many days ago that was? It's what? What's today's date is? Can somebody help a brother out? It's August. What is August what? And they're having friendly conversations. Now, granted, if you use this as an analogy, you go to the bar, you see a nice, cute lady at the edge of the bar, right? And you send her to Cape Cod, a drink. And you got Takabaka in there. And, you didn't bring the drink over there personally, but you send the drink over. And she received it. She smiled. She winks, and she said, thank you. It's a Cape Cod. She saw the bartender pour it and everything. So that's great conversation. That's great energy. Until she sips it and she said, oh, man. And she sent it back to the bartender. Just because she received the drink doesn't mean that everything is good and everything is going to be great. So at the end of the day, stop sending them damn Taco Vodka drinks over there in that brunette. Go ahead and put that good stuff in there, Jerry. You got the money. You got the pocketbooks for it, right? Yeah, not the Grey Goose vodka. Yeah, Taco Vodka, Aristocrat, all of that stuff to give you brain head, give you headaches throughout the day, Come on, man. So you got to figure out ways, Give them top shelf. That's all CeeDee is saying. I deserve top shelf. Justin Jefferson getting top shelf. But what about his quarterback and running back? It had nothing to do with me. I want top shelf. Yeah. Curbside vodka. He gonna send a few shots over there. Yeah. So that's the issue there. Now, granted, my guy made a great post. And this is the post right here. J Tuck, shout out to him. I always do a great job. He says, what cheap free agent quarterback get us over the hump? Because they was talking about getting over the hump. And he says, since y'all believe cheap QBs are the only way to win in the National Football League and everybody want to move on from Dak, here's your next move. You got an option. You got an entree. You got a whole selections here, ladies and gentlemen. You got a whole plethora of other options here. So you can figure out a way. You got Sam Darnold. You got Zach Wilson. You got Trey Lance. Trigger Trey, baby. Yeah, you got Trey Lance. You got Jacoby Brissett, Marcus Mariota, Drew Lock, Andy Dalton, Jarrett Stidham, I think that's how you say that man's name. Justin Fields, yeah, he's a former first-round draft pick. Him and Trey Lance. You got options, baby. Come on. You got Joe Flacco. You think Joe Flacco can get us over the hump? You got Jameson Winston, baby. You got the crab leg guy. And then you got Mac Jones, who out of that list, Mac Jones probably have a little something down the line there, but that's a whole nother conversation. Shout out to Mac Jones. But ain't nobody beating up them guys for those particular contracts. Hey, you pay for what you get, basically. Yeah, let's go. Jared says Trey Lance still got a few clips to unload. It could be him. Trey could just say, hey, man, this is going to be a situation that I'm going to step up and be something this year. Huh?
It's not even really about the money as much as it is the years, the contract years. And when you look at these two sides, they look at it very, very differently. The Cowboys historically, Ben, they love doing long-term deals. And the reason for that is when they do that, they have more control over the player on the back end of contracts when everything becomes team-friendly. And you look at a player like Tyron Smith, that was an 8-year contract. Zach Martin, when they extended him, that was a 6-year contract. Trevon Diggs last year, that was a 5-year contract. They do these long deals, and eventually when the player continues playing well, the contract becomes very, very team-friendly. And since there are so many years left, the player really has a hard time coming back to the table and asking for more money.
So before y'all beat up anybody asking for more money, I got services, that's on the table, and I looked at the bill. I was like, okay. I said, I called a lady, the account manager, and said, why did my bill went up $8, right? And they said, well, due to inflation and the cost of living and the cost of doing business, we increase your bill by $8. It was percentages or what have you. Now, I could easily say, well, we've been in services together for about 5 or 6 years. let me just go ahead and just go find another provider. When I looked at the other provider, you know that song that one man said is cheaper to keep her? Damn it, it was cheaper to keep her. You know, when you look at the bills, you look at all of you got to have another installer to come in. You got to have somebody to do activations. Oh, well, we might waive the activation, but there's always something down the line, right? And that company is a multi-billion-dollar corporation, and they increase my bill. That's life. So in these receivers, yes, they want to be able to re-enter the market so that they can get more and more money. That's life. How can y'all understand that in the common world, but you can't understand that in professional football world? Yeah, Johnny Taylor, it's cheaper to keep her. Y'all hit that like button for your boy over here. So, yes, these guys want to re-enter the market. Yes, every now and then you get a guy that you draft real early, that the Jones family took great advantage of. They took advantage of my guy Tyron Smith. When he was drafted by the Cowboys, he was 19, 20, something like that. He was a very young guy. And he's still young. I think he's about 31 now. And they took advantage of that kid. Oh, we'll sign you to an 8 to 10 year deal, man. Yeah, man, we got you, man. We're going to look out for you. Yeah, they took advantage of him. They took him to one of those islands, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me canceled over here. They took advantage of him, yeah. They bent him over and did all types of stuff to him. And none of y'all appreciate it. Y'all like, oh, man, he's always hurt guy. He's always this. He's always that. Get rid of him, man. And look, man, we tired of seeing him hurt all the time. Yeah. Yeah, they island board him, yeah. Yeah, they did him wrong. They did him bad. Then when they figured out the recipe to keep him, they got rid of him. You know, like, we send you off to the Jets. Yeah. So that's what y'all want to happen to CeeDee Lamb and all of these boys. Yeah, island board them boys. You know, that's just what it is.
Now, from CD's side, he has this agent. His name is Tory Dandy. Tory Dandy is known around the NFL for doing shorter-term deals, and some of his clients include DK Metcalf, 3-year extension, Deebo Samuel, 3-year extension, Hassan Reddick, who's in the news right now, when he was a free agent, 3-year deal with the Eagles, Denzel Ward, 4-year extension with the Browns. He never goes to 5, 6, 7, 8. Never, ever, ever. His goal is to do 3 or 4, which means the player, if he continues playing well, could go back to the team and ask for another extension. He did the same thing with A.J. Brown as well. Another one of his clients got traded from the Titans to the Eagles. Got a big deal with the Eagles. This offseason, got another extension from the Eagles because it was time to pay him up again. That's the way the agent works. So both sides have two different viewpoints on this. One side wants shorter years, another one wants longer years, and that has been the holdup. But I do believe, Ben, this will eventually be figured out. The Cowboys obviously are a better team of CeeDee Lamb on the field.
Yeah, so shout out to Ari, man, with that breakdown there. And that's what we've been banging on the table and saying for multiple years, that's how the Cowboys operate and handle their business. They want you. They want you for a long time. Yeah. And the problem is that when you sign those 5 years contracts and have the votables at the end, these other people are not blind. You know, these other people got eyes. The agency got eyes. You know, this is not Bird Box over here. They can see what you're doing. Like, I can see you. I can see you right there. You know, we've seen what you did with Tyron. We've seen what you did to Michael Gallup. Not saying that I'm banging on the table to keep Michael Gallup here. He's retired now. But we've seen how you shipped Amari Cooper off. Why should I sign a 5 to 6 year deal? Oh, man, because you should sign a 5 to 6 year deal because you're a diehard Cowboy guy and it's all about winning for you. No, you can't do no. Because the moment something happens to me, you're going to ship me off, man. Take the no trade. I'm putting no trade clause on my contract. Now they fighting over that. All right, well, we're going to put the no franchise tag on my contract. Now you're fighting over that. Yeah. It's a situation whereas these agencies, they got to point out everything. And if you guys get into the slams, you would want your lawyer to point out everything, right? So if Ratio and Coyote and Jameson, Taylor, appreciate you in the chat, Candy, if your lawyer's saying, hey, I advise you not to take this plea deal right here. It's not a good deal. Nah. And you saying, yeah, I might well go ahead and take this deal, man. I don't want to be talked about. I'm going to take this plea deal, and I'll be out in 5 years, you know. And the lawyer telling you like, nah, man, don't take that deal. Don't take it. You have a strong chance of winning this altogether. Take it to trial, you know. And they're like, nah, I'm going ahead. I don't want to be going back and forth. This is a setup. You get into the slams. And now, within the second or third year inside, right, you get into a fight. Somebody shank you with the butter knife. You try to protect yourself. And you done fool around and got so strong in there, you've been doing all of them damn push-ups and calisthenics and chin-ups. You done killed the poor person. Now you got to serve 15 years because you done killed somebody while you inside. There's thousands of people right now that's locked up forever, ever. The key is gone. They lost your paperwork and everything. And the lawyer's sitting there like, man, damn, I tried to tell him, but he wouldn't listen. So he took the plea deal. It was a little 3 year. He was going to serve some good time. But now he got into a fight, and he ain't never getting up. He's locked up. And they ain't letting him out. And basically, that's what's going on. Y'all are so busy trying to tell the people, hey, man, don't listen to your lawyer. Just take the deal, man. Take the deal. The Joneses got you, man. Yeah, they got you. You know, they going to take good care of you. He's an innocent man. And he's forever locked up. And y'all know, I'm only laughing because it's true stories. You know, I know somebody from the inside is listening right now. I had a few people that hit me up and said, man, Law, I listen to your show all the time. I said, where you at, man? Cell Block 8, man. Yeah, man, I'm serving some time, man, for grand theft, man. But when I get out, I'm going to come look you up, man. And I was like, nah, dog, you know, hey, stay where you at, though, man. But, hey, keep fighting, dog. Keep fighting. You shouldn't took that deal, huh? You know, that's just how it goes. Unfortunately, and I'm not making light of the situation, but somebody can relate. All right, so this is Ian Rappaport. And shout out to Stargazer. She don't do a good job at all. She do a great job. And... lost the translation. He said my liver hurt laughing so bad. Hey, y'all only laughing because y'all know it's true, man. Y'all got Pookie and Ray Ray. Ray Ray been locked up for 10 years, and he took a 2-year deal. And they trying to get him out on good, on parole and stuff. And everything, he get a mean parole officer every time. Jones says Dak breaking his ankle with bone sticking out of his skin carries a lot of weight with me, yet not with the fans. Hey, Jones, you are 1,000,000% right. You know,
sometimes you gotta pop out.
He popped all the way out, and he was trying to look the countenance on his face and his willingness to put that leg piece back together. Yeah, and one can argue, and I'm not beating up Terrence Steele, pressure came from that right side. Terrence Steele was an undrafted rookie free agent at the time. He whipped on the block. Dak Prescott evades and eludes, and they all say, hey, man, everybody could run. Dak should run. And Dak was running for his life. And Ryan Logan did that drop hip tackle, which should have been illegal then, and snapped that leg in half. And I'm saying that Ryan Logan, or whatever his name was a dirty player, but it goes all the way back. Cowboys being cheap. They took an undrafted rookie free agent and put him on that front five to protect your quarterback, who's getting paid at that time. I believe he wasn't getting paid, right? Because they didn't pay the man until after it was snapped up in half. Yeah, Logan Ryan, not Ryan Logan, yeah. Yeah. So, look, that it goes all the way down to the smallest things that can get you killed, right? And people never bring that up. That this is the quarterback, and everybody want to measure. Okay, look what his quarterback is doing. Golfing, Wentz at the time. Everybody was liking those boys. And then he come back. The craziest thing of it all, he come back from that gruesome injury. Another guy had like a ACL cleanup tissue the next year. And they say, you know what? Anybody can do what Dak Prescott did in 2021. Anybody come back from doing that. But what Joe Burrows did? Oh, man, what Joe Burrows did? Oh, man, he's comeback player of the year. Not even a third of the pain. Whereas when you break your ankle like that, don't you know they got to break it again and put screws in it and do all types of stuff. But y'all had so much hate on the man that y'all didn't even appreciate that. Man, people were saying anybody could do what Dak Prescott did. Yeah. And Burrows came back. He still ain't saying, let me pull up Dak Prescott 20. People were acting like that injury never occurred. You know, people were like, hey, man, let me see what he did in 2021. And people like, yeah, anybody can do that. 4,449 yards, 37 touchdowns, 10 INTs. And I think he even had some rushing touchdowns that year. Yeah, let me see. Let me have it for rushing. One rushing touchdown. So give me that one. Give me 38 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. Coming to a game where the bone busts through the epidermis, dermis, subcutaneous, all of the skin. And the only thing that was holding the bone and the leg together was his cowboy blue socks. But anybody can come back from that. Yeah. It's crazy. Hey, people had the nerve to say, hey, man, that man's trash. Oh, man, he sucked, man. Anybody can do that. When you look at these numbers and you look at, let me show y'all what the MVP numbers last season looked like. Let me show y'all what the MVP numbers look like. And they're going to have the nerves to fight me and say, what's Lamar Jackson? Here you go. This is considered your MVP. 3,678 yards, 24 touchdowns, 7 INTs, opposed to 37 to 38 yards, 4,449 yards. I can't make this. Look, that's why I say, man, shoot, it don't matter you black, white, red, yellow, or orange. If you playing for the Cowboys, they hate you. They hate you to the core. There ain't no black and white thing right there. Because this brother, hey, he brother, Hey, he step into the elevator, you grabbing your purse and bringing it close to you. Yeah, you trying to do like this, in certain communities, But that's just what it is. They can't stand Cowboy players. And I'm trying to drive that home. But so many people still make it about this and that. I ain't going to bring it up too much because I don't want people to say, hey, you being political law, but shoot. People fail to realize they hate Cowboys to the core. Shoot, they hate the Cowboys. Now, let me get back to this subject matter at hand. Yeah. People fail to realize that. They hate the Cowboys.
Specifically, I'm curious, as they go through these negotiations, do you think the Cowboys view it like McCarthy and Dak, their fates are tied together? Like, are they either both coming back or both departed? Or do you think they view them as individual cases?
So I actually wondered for a long time this offseason if Dak and McCarthy were viewed together because, neither had an extension. There really hadn't been talks. And so I was like, maybe it's a package deal. I don't think so anymore because, there have not been, to my knowledge, any negotiations with Mike McCarthy, but there have been negotiations with Dak. There have been, I would say, relatively positive negotiations. They have made multiple offers, and I think they would like to get something done. I don't get the same sense with McCarthy, so I would say now I view them not together.
Which do you think is a better characterization, just from your understanding of how the Dak negotiations have gone, which is a better characterization of his negotiations right now, that the Cowboys are trying to figure out how to make the money work, or that they have a disagreement with what Dak is worth?
I don't really view it like what quarterbacks are worth because that doesn't really exist anymore. It's crazy the way the quarterback market has gone. Like, nobody says anymore, you know, like, well, is Trevor Lawrence really worth 55? It's like, based on what he's done on the field, maybe not. That's where the market is. You know, Jordan Love played 7 great games. Is he worth 55 also? It's like, well, it's what he's going to get. So to me, it's really a question of leverage rather than worth, because
the leverage versus the worth thing. We got a super chat from my brother from another mother. Ryan states that, not to mention, he hurt his calf that year and came back law. Still put up those numbers, and it would never amaze me even more that I believe last season, could be last season, Joe Burrows, who I like Joe. Shout out to Joe. He had pulled his calf muscle. And I heard the announcers and the analysts, people say, well, when you have the calf muscle pulled like that, it's harder for you to step up through your throws, right, and still pinpoint your delivery on the spot. By Burrows having that calf pull now, we going to have to give him grace and mercy, blah, blah, blah. I'm sitting here like, Lord. You know, I'm like, come on, man. Like what happened to our grace and mercy? You know, this dude was dealing with a broken ankle and then coming back with the calf. On top of that, with the shoulder. Remember, they was talking about meat falling off the bone as far as his shoulder and the latissimus dorsi and all of the back tissues and all of this is connected to that and the rotary cup. And they was talking about all of those things, right? And he still was able to put up 4,400 yards and still was able to get a team to the playoff. Granted, we lost a home game, and, you know, all of that stuff goes to shame. Yeah. As Modia says, double standard. Yeah. Wait a minute. You know, Action says, Law, every time you get a chance, you find a way to hate on the LSU. Nah. If they would have signed my guy B. Thomas from LSU, I'd have been okay. I'd have been okay with that. But Tyler Guyton doing his thing. Shout out to B. Thomas though. But let's go to the rest of this interview. You know, my guy Action think I got something out on LSU. You know,
Dak's leverage is he could just not do a deal. He could just say, "Hey guys, I'm good. Like, I'm going to go into the season. I'm going to play it out." And assuming he plays as he's played basically every season for the last 10 years.
Get it together, man.
Last year he was playing at an MVP level. Like, you know, he'll get over 60 by a bunch in free agency. He'll be the biggest free agent we've ever seen. So that's his leverage. I view it more like that rather than overall talent and what he's actually worth. It's really just how much is Dak going to use his leverage and how much are the Cowboys going to sort of bow to that.
So what do you think are the current holdups right now in the two deals?
Jerry and
I would say
and
let's
Steve.
start with CD. I don't think there's a disagreement on how much he's worth. I think there's a essential understanding of he is an excellent receiver and probably will get paid as the second highest receiver in the NFL. I think they're okay there. Now there's a lot of other parts of the deal. There's the guaranteed money, which is incredibly important. There's the length of the deal, which I think they're, sort of okay there, whatever it ends up being. But I think the other issue is, you have Brandon Ayuk, who's a very good receiver, laying out there. If Brandon Ayuk gets $32 million, let's say from the 49ers, which I don't think he's going to get, but let's just say, then that probably changes what CD is going to ask for. So I think the holdup on CD, if that's what you want to call it, is that the landscape is not fully formed yet. Because, if the 49ers go, all right, forget it, we're just going to trade him, and Brandon Ayuk gets something unforeseen, and CD already took a deal, that's not good for him. So I think the interrelating receiver deals probably affect everything.
Man. Wide receiver groups are always going to be prima donnas. And that's just how it goes. Man, we want a thuggish, ruggish, we want a hardcore wide receiver, still prima donna. They still going to want. It's just like kids, man. I can have a plate of ice cream, right? Put one of them on a cone. Shoot, my daughters go crazy. Why hers is it a cone, mine's not? It's the same ice cream. You got to make that thing look the same, right? Regardless of the situation. I got to be careful. I come through the door, I got to make sure I hug both of them the same length of time. The same length. I love them both. But it got to be the same length of time. And if I kiss one on the top of the forehead, I better do the other one. Dad, you didn't kiss me. Oh, sorry, baby. You know, you got to do the same for both of them. So it's the same thing with these wide receivers, man. That what get them over the edge. Quite frankly, the reason why Lamb probably was balling out as much, he's sitting there looking at it like, oh, Justin Jefferson think he's better than me? He think he's better than me? Come on, man. We had the playmaker made sure that Tim Brown didn't come over here with the silver and blue. Tim Brown and the playmaker would have been crazy. But this is my spot, dog. I'm the ace boom coon. Yeah, the cone do hit different. Hey, Dre, that waffle cone, ooh, shoot, I had to go all the way back to the store. And we had like one waffle cone left. I gave one a waffle cone. I said, all right, and put the other one in the bowl. Damn, rookie mistake. Had to go drive all the way back to Walmart and go pack up a waffle cones. Right? And had to make the other one stop eating the ice cream. Stop teasing one another. You know? That's what you got to do. Sometimes you got to make the necessary adjustments. That's building the plane while we fly. You know, as we fly. I say, all right, I got this. We're going to pour both of the ice cream in a bowl, right? And then Daddy going to go to Walmart and get you some waffle cones, right? Yeah. Waffle cones are fire. So that's just what it is. Yeah. Somebody said that's parent life, you know. And somebody gonna tell me, Law, it don't end there, Law. Just keep living. They 8 and 4. By the time they get in their teens, you gonna have a gray beard. You gonna be a bald-headed Law over here. Yeah. They gonna pull all the hair out of my head, you know. Yeah, that's what's gonna happen. I can see it a little bit. Already. I'm gonna have to find a way that one of y'all gonna help me out with that. Yeah. Very, very much so. So Jerry's still making those rookie mistakes. You know, hey, I folded up like a wallet or a lawn chair. Shoot. Try to make up excuses. Walmart about to close. No, Walmart is 24 hours. Ah, Lord. Can't even lie to Luke Kane. You can't tell a white lie, you know. Yeah. Can't do none of that stuff, man. These kids smart these days. Yeah. That's the end of that.
As far as Dak goes, I just think they haven't gotten there yet. You know, like they've made some proposals. It sounds like they were good faith and not offensive, like not embarrassing, like no one's insulted. They just haven't gotten there.
Yeah, that's the only thing that is my biggest, not saying fear, because time would take its own and make its own time. But if Dak Prescott goes into this season, if they can't come up with a deal, was it 2 weeks, 3 weeks? Because I don't think that they working it one at a time. They ain't working like up all night. These guys, they work on a deal, they go to bed. You know, they get the Johnny Walker Blue, and Jerry, they probably, you know, watch some Netflix episodes or watch this episode. They ain't finna be up all night burning the midnight oil doing these deals, right? And the other guy heard that on his resume he'll working at Walmart or something like that, you know. So at the end of the day, it's going to be a situation that they got less than 2 weeks to get these deals done, both of them, right? And they're going to get blowback regardless. But they probably Birdman doing their hand like this, saying, "Oh, we're gonna own any news that come about during this time." Cedric said, put your prayers together for Cedric. He said he got two daughters in college. Yeah, and don't let them go to med school. That take what, another 5 to 10 years to get out of that. So, yeah. So, shout out to Cedric and his wallet, man. Shout out to Cedric. September the 1st need to be the contract cutoff day. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, but, it goes back to this thing of sense of urgency. When they going to anchor down and get things done. I heard pieces of my guy Scott Walker show earlier this morning. I think he was on the phone with somebody, and he was saying that, hey, he feels as if though this deal would get done when all of the boys are back in Dallas. And that could be a tangible thing there. Yeah, it could be a tangible thing. Shout out to Scott Walker. Be sure to check out his page and his content. Just want to bring up one. Hold on. It's supposed to be the flow right here. Give me 1 second right here. And boom. Yeah. All right, and let's go with some of this because he's feeling the same way I'm feeling. Hold on, give me 1 second here, ladies and gentlemen. Got to build plan as we fly. Here we go. Cause sometimes ESPN be tripping. Yeah, put a little cover over it. Let's listen. So, if it gets to the season, I think Dak Prescott is gone. Talk. All right.
Do you agree with that? That if this gets to the season, because what you were telling me earlier this morning, players don't like for the contract stuff to be happening in the season. The season's, what are we now, 4 weeks away? Yeah. If this thing gets to the season, it probably gets to next year, right?
If it gets to the season, I think Dak Prescott is gone. Gone. I think he's gone. Because what incentive does Dak have to do a contract right now? I don't, like me personally, I'm not even thinking about a contract right now. Every player wants to get to unrestricted free agency. Yep. Dak gets to unrestricted free agency, which he has every right. He has all the leverage. Dak is going to get paid an insane amount of money. And Dak has already said that, listen, I'm not here to help the Cowboys. I'm here to continue to push the quarterback market up.
Yeah.
Now, let me say, big boy, hold on to one of your chins. Hold on. Right here, boy. Lean forward right here. Yeah. Get out of here, man. Don't be putting extra words in his mouth. At the end of the day, Dak Prescott got an obligation that he must solidify. And that extra obligation is all quarterbacks. Just like we went with the analogy of the housing market. There's no way that if you in a housing market in your neighborhood and all of the houses are 800,000, 900,000, give or take, and somebody trying to sell theirs for 350, you gonna be like, nah. The community will buy that house from up under them. We can't allow you to draw down the price of all of these individuals here in this particular community. Maybe you can do it in another one, but not this prominent community. And that's what the quarterback community is.
So why would Dak sign a contract right now? It doesn't even make any sense at all.
Do you agree?
Now, I think that Dak Prescott will sign the contract. But I think that the offer is not really on the table like that. Them boys are still trying to struggle to fight out CeeDee Lamb's contract. Yeah. And speaking of that, shout out to my Prize Picks, man. You can be in the mix. Download Prize Picks. Use promo code LAW. And when you put your first deposit down, they will match up to $100 on your deposit. How about that, ladies and gentlemen? So with Prize Picks, you could be in the mix, ladies and gentlemen. All you had to do is download Prize Picks and use promo code LAW. We have unbelievable things available. Even Stephen A. Smith, I heard that every time you guys download Prize Picks and put $25 deposit in, somebody do this to them. Somebody slap them. So be sure to continue to download Prize Picks, and you can be in the mix, and you yourself can do seasonal projections like this, what I have right here. I'm going to share this with everyone that's watching. I got the, let me share the boom copy right here. Boom. I got Dak Prescott going north of 4,099 yards. I got Lamar Jackson to a degree passing more than 3,299 yards. I got Caleb Williams from what I've seen in preseason. I'm talking about preseason. I think that he can give us more than 3,400 yards. And then, of course, I think that Aaron Rodgers, if he can stay healthy, he'll give you 4,000 yards. So I'm going with more and more on all of those things. So you guys can do the same by selecting that, and those options still available, believe it or not. So press this key that I got in the description box or in the chat area and use promo code LAW. It will be the fastest way for you to get $1,500, because that more or less thing, I think I'm going to hit on all of those, you know. And on top of that, Prize Picks do have a flex option. So if week 1 or first play of the game, if any of these guys get hurt for the season, they will void out that particular player. How about that? So for $150, you can have $1,500 yourself. So, hey, scrape up some change. Ask Grandma and them to help you out and download Prize Picks so you can be in the mix as well. Come on with it, baby.
All in with these Dallas Cowboys. What do you make of all the contract drama?
Well, I think when you go back and really watch that game against the Packers, and you own a team, and you see how disappointing the effort was, the fundamentals were, everything about that game was bad. I mean, look, Jerry's had a hard time getting to a Super Bowl, hasn't been to a conference championship game since '95. You know, here he has home field advantage, playing against a Packer team that was, you know, struggled to beat Carolina 33-30, lost to Tommy DeVito in the Meadowlands. You know, I mean, they were getting better, but let's not put them out to be the 85 Bears here now. So
it goes back to that point, and I want to ask you guys. I'm asking you guys, and I hear practice was good today. Trayvon Diggs had a pick today, so Trayvon Diggs still may be Trayvon Diggs, you know. So is Jerry Jones still bitter about this team? Let me know. Shout out to you, y'all. Appreciate you, TA. Is Jerry Jones still bitter about this team? Just put a yes or no. And could that be also a deciding factor of the way this team is slow on CD as well as Dak Prescott? 90% Diggs is good. Yeah. Saying yes, I don't see no no's, so all of y'all still on the same page. Yeah, he's still bitter. To this degree, he bought the team financially, we bought the team emotionally, right? We didn't put no money down on it, right? We didn't put nothing on the books or anything like that. He have every right to be mad and to move and operate the way he's operating, right? And that's why I will give Jerry, I'm not putting lipstick on a pig, but that's why I'm giving Jerry and Steven a right to run their team the way they supposed to run their team, their way. Because without contracts for the foreseeable future, we can tell you, contract negotiation, that's a long process. It's not a short one. And Jerry, just 3-4 weeks ago, was fighting for his life. Right? I'm just being real, man. He was going to court, coming back from court. His daughter is not his daughter. His daughter is his daughter. Denying, DNA test, and the DNA test was leaked, and it is your daughter, and I put money down so it won't be your daughter, and all of that stuff. He's fighting for his life at 80. Man, some of us in our 40s, man, ain't finna be going back and forth with people about that, right? Somebody right now that's 25 sitting there like, man, I don't have that much energy, man. She mines, man. She mines now, man. Shoot, she got my nose and eyes and everything. She mines. She just gonna be outside. What the child support money is. Too tired to be going back and forth. Whatever the lawyers say, hey, it is what it is at this point. But Jerry doing this at 80. Thomas says, no, Law, he's not bitter. He just pissed. Yeah. He pissed about his own. He's pissed about his own reflection. Because what's good for the goose is also good for the gander. That's some old folks talking. But you can't be the dog, and you can't be the person that when you look over into the shadows of the lakes and you see your own reflection and you get mad at what you see, so you try to throw something at it, right? Or you try to jump in and beat it up. You only getting yourself wet. You only getting yourself messed up. You know, that's what it is. And all we care about, we didn't give a dog about who's Jerry Jones' sister, daughter, uncle, auntie, and all of them, or whether or not it's the outside, inside relationship, or it's a sister wife. We don't care about that. We only cared about wins and losses. Are you going to do something week 1 of the free agency? Will we make the proper draft picks? And somehow, even through the mist of all of this crazy, chaotic stuff, we still got some good things in the fray. We still got some good things we can talk about. Ain't that crazy? Let's listen to some of the good things, because anybody can turn a negative into a positive. Is your brother from another mother, no other. Don't look like Danny Glover, but I keep it cool with y'all. And even with this, as crazier as it is, or crazy as it is, we can be better. That's the craziest part of it all.
Guyton rolled into Vegas and rolled off the rock. Watch him and Schoonmaker right here roll Max Crosby right out of there. On the opening play of the game. You got.
Who's mad at that? Did y'all see Max Crosby? He's a top 10. They rated him higher than Micah Parsons. And look what we doing to that.
Guyton rolled into Vegas and rolled off the rock. Watch him and Schoonmaker right here roll Max Crosby right out of there. On the opening play of the game. You got Cooper Beebe at center, 2 rookies out there playing. Akeem Richards, Bass, like all Cowboy draft picks. You watch right here. Like, this is what you want. Like, that's Adam Butler right there. Been in the league a long time. Just put him down. Put him down on the ground. Put him to sleep. It's a Sunday night. Put him to bed. All right, let's watch him come off the rock right here. This is excellent right here. Like, good push. Running right behind him. Him, Akeem Richards, Cooper Beebe, it's looking good. Like, watch 3 double teams here. Double team right here with Richards and Beebe. Right here on Max. And watch what Deuce gets loose, right? He goes for 12 yards. Makes Jack Jones miss right there. But it's a clean line of scrimmage. Then you just get this. Like, Guyton just going about his business. Like, bam. Throw him down once. Get out of here. It's Sunday night. I'm taking out the trash. He got an attitude, man. I like it. You watch him right here. Watch this set. 2 hands on his right knee, like Lane Johnson. You might have learned that from him. Like, all right, you got a little help there. Bam. Look at the control he has. Long arms, resetting his hands. A lot of stuff to like about what Tyler Guyton did last night. Played the whole first half.
No doubt, ladies and gentlemen. Even with the midst of all of the crazy stuff that's going on, we still a damn good team. Ain't that crazy? The only reason why we collectively are angry and bitter ourselves, because we know we can be better. We know we can get things going even better. If you have a fast start, can we go downhill sometime? Why always got to be an uphill battle with the boys? Why do we have to go through the hardest way? When you wearing silver and blue and the star, we get laughed at now. We are the laughing stock of the NFL. We are. People joke, mock us when we wearing our stuff proudly. Right? I'll get my hair cut today. I'm in Dallas, home of the Dallas Cowboys. And a rascal was in there, decked out. 49ers hat, 49ers jacket, starter jacket is 100 degrees. He still had it on. 49ers watching everything. Like, damn, he got all of this 49ers stuff on. How you let him in here? You know, he walking there boldly with his stuff on. Seeing the other guy cowering. He's like, I'm gonna tuck my chain. I don't want to show nobody that I'm a Cowboys guy. We can't even walk in the building bow-legged with big nuts no more, man. We gotta sneak around with our gear on because y'all done let too many people on the 3-ladder, the 4-ladder network, even enemies from within, take away all of your pride of being a Cowboys fan. When this guy, they haven't won diddly since 1994. At least when we beat the Niners, we do something with it. They don't know what to do with it. They lose the next week, right? Or they get to the Super Bowl and ultimately fall on their faces. But you know me, I would talk my stuff, you know. I said, that's okay. Because I said deep down in the hearts of hearts, Pat Mahomes, he's a real Cowboy fan. He been doing us favors. We probably running thin on that. We just need to see Pat Mahomes in the Super Bowl. Maybe he'll do us one more favor. Yeah. We do us one more favor, man. Shoot. Cause Pat Mahomes been saving our rear ends. On every Super Bowl he won, it was against our ops. 49ers twice and the Eagles once. So shout out to Pat Mahomes. He's a real Cowboy fan. Yes, indeed, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be here. Come, Debo, get him, Law. Yeah, I'm gonna tuck mine, you know. Yeah. Where to start proudly, Cowboy Nation. We can disagree. We can fight amongst ourselves, but look, let's not agree with the Steelers, Eagles, for crying out loud, nor the 49ers folks. Don't let them people try to disown you and spit upon you and sully you and talk bad about your quarterback and your wide receiver freely. The only people that can talk noise is Tom Brady, and he's retired, and Pat Mahomes, and he's on our side. Yeah. Pat Mahomes is on our side. He's sitting there. He done text me the other day. Pat Mahomes tape. True story. I'm lying my ass off. But yeah. He said, Law, I don't got no more favors for you now, Law. Yeah. I don't got no more favors for you, man. So Cowboys got to do it themselves this year. My prediction is going to be Ravens Cowboys in the Super Bowl. So we had Derrick Henry. Hey, do us one favor now. You wanted to be for the boys. Come on, fumble that ball for me. Yeah, Pat Mahomes is a real boogeyman. Hell yeah. But we will have the final word tonight. So that's why we're not going to open up the phone lines. You get some rest, and we'll put out another video, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to the final word. Can't wait to talk to my guys, Big Game James, the OC, and Balls Cowboys Sports. And I get it. They're going to say, hey, Law, you changed your tune on Trey? No, I ain't changed my tune on Trey Lance. It's still the same. We entertaining this for what? Only in the hopes if Dak Prescott don't sign or if Dak Prescott get hurt. And I'm not saying that I'm hoping that he get hurt, by the way. But that's the only way you will see Trey Lance in a Cowboys uniform. And that's some crass stuff to hope for, right? And that's how the Cowboys built this situation. All three of the quarterbacks got no contracts for the foreseeable future. And there can only be two, because we're going to be wasting a roster spot by having three quarterbacks on the roster. I already went through this thing. Yeah. Dak is going to have his best season. So here's the conundrum. If Dak have one of his greatest seasons, right, ultimately it still got to end in the Super Bowl, because people will not settle for, hey, man, they made it to the beyond the divisional round. It got to be a Super Bowl. It's Super Bowl or bust. That is for Big Mike McCarthy. That is for all of this good stuff that we are hearing from Mike Zim. It's Super Bowl or bust. Yeah. Shout out to Jameson Taylor. Shout out to you. We hope all is well. So you had a biopsy, and we hope and pray that all is well. Cedric said they need to start over. He's under contract, both of them. Yeah, Jerry World. Yeah. But we gonna get on up out of here, man. One love to everyone, man. Cowboy Nation. At the end of the day, if we offended anyone, charge it to our heads, not our hearts. Shout out to Dustin Mosier, too, for the film that he provides on Twitter. Check out his Twitter page. He does a great job, ladies and gentlemen. But I want you guys to understand, win, lose, or draw, I want you all to be here. That's the whole point of this roller coaster ride. Granted, if you stayed on all the way through the end, hit that like button. Share this content. Let friends or neighbors know where to go when it's time to tune in to Cowboys Sports Talk and beyond. They say that prize fighter, even when he's down, even when he's out, he continued to swing. And shout out to 97.9 The Beat. That's where I was at earlier today. We were doing a show with Jazz, Z, Black. So check out the radio station 97.9. I'm going to have to reach out to them, and we're going to have to change their radio station. Yeah. It's going to have to be 97.9 The Law. Woo! Don't that sound good? 97.9 The Law. Yeah. That's going to be good, baby. Shout out to TA. Law, sorry, I pulled a quickie today. Just got off. Sometimes you got to get it in the way you can get it in. Telemundo, Law, incoming. Appreciate you. Come on with it. But I always say this, ladies and gentlemen. 97.9 The Law, baby. 97 The Law. Come on with it. W Law, 95.5 The Law. That sound great too. All of those things. But regardless of it, whether it's on the airways, whether you guys see me on a podcast, whether you guys see me on Instagram, Facebook, the X app, tick to the talk, you don't stop. Whether you see me, I think I'm on MySpace. Christian Mingles, I'm everywhere. OnlyFans, they're still in process right now, Law. It's still in process. OnlyFans, Law is in process. But if you want a thing bad enough to go out there and fight for it, to work day and night to give up your time and your peace for it, if all of your desires of it makes you quite mad that you don't get tired, and it makes you hold everything tawdry and cheap if life itself seems empty and useless without it, and all that you scheme and dream is about it. If you'll gladly go out there and sweat for it, fret for it, or plan to lose all terror, of your mind, if you would simply, just simply, go after the thing you want with all of your capacity. Strength, sagacity with faith, hope and confidence, and stern pertinacity. If neither cold or poverty or the famish or the fame or the sickness of your body or brain can turn you all away from the thing you want, if dogged and grim and besieged and beset, with the help of Almighty Cowboy Nation and everything and everyone that's listening, you will get it, baby. Let's go. Let's get on up out of here.
Give me my theme music.
Yeah. All right. One love. Peace. That's all we want to do anyway. And roll those credits. Come on.
I've been really in the field, love the rush, I love the feel. Lately, I just wanna run it up.
What more do you
Don't need no deals, I make the deal. Have a ticket to a meal. Lately, I just
shout out to you, King. Shout out to you, Smoke One Fire. Rev, what's good? Shout out to all of the people that made the super chats to make this possible. Really appreciate your support. Your money will be put to great use. Come on. Def King. Shout out to you. Hey. Hey. Come on with it. That boy be having Ice Spice dancing in that thing. Come on with it. Come on with it. Hey. I mix Nike with designer. I experiment. Hey. You just rock what's on the shelf and I'm not feeling it. Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing rich this. Can't trust a soul, I keep a hammer, call it too legit. Come on. I've been really in the field, let her rush, I let her feel. Lately, I just wanna run. Shout out to my camera person, co-worker, Reality. She did a great job capturing these moments, by the way. I just wanna run it up. Come on, baby. Count that too, count it up, count it up, count it up, count it up. Lately, I just wanna run it up. Yeah. Come on. Hey. I never own no chrome. Come on. Too many foes and clothes. Yeah. I be at home alone. I be in zones alone. I be on roll alone. Every time my guy be having these little emojis out here on the Kick app. It's crazy. They be dancing to the beat. Shout out to Def King, man. Get it, girl. Get it, girl. All right, DC for life, not for short. Be positive today, ladies and gentlemen. Beginning.
Lately, I just wanna run it up. In the beginning. In the beginning. Lately, I just wanna run it up. In the beginning. Yeah. In the beginning. Yeah. In the beginning. Nobody does it better. In the beginning. In the beginning. Closer than close. Yeah. Original, they never will be.
Until next time, DC for life.